America Meditating Radio Show, we collect wisdom, inspire each other, and empower hearts 24/7. Hi, I'm Sister Jenna. Join me and guest on Blog Talk Radio as we amplify stories that compel us to be more for ourselves and everyone else around us. The Meditation Museum in Silver Spring, Maryland offers a variety of courses and activities to make your life go a whole lot smoother. Located at 9525 Georgia Avenue, you will be able to experience the beautiful silence that's in the space. There are courses in Raj Yoga meditation, positive thinking, stress-free living, and personal development classes. For more information, call us at 301-588-0144 or visit us online at meditationmuseum.org.
Hi, my name is Misty Crutchfield with Gandhi's Bee Magazine, online magazine designed to raise awareness and inspire people about all of the amazing things happening in the world, as well as all the challenging things that can help us raise awareness so we can make a difference in the world and be the change. One of my inspirations is Sister Jenna and America Meditating Radio. I listen, you should too.
Get off the grid and step inside your heart. Sister Jenna guides you through a powerful, encouraging, and motivating meditation that allows you to let go and become aware of you, regain strength, power, and peace. Are you in need of a tech service company that's going to deliver the best solutions for your business? Then @Tronica is your solutions headquarters. Here we specialize in your individual needs to make sure your business shines. For more information, please call 301-417-0070 or visit us at our website at @tronica.net. @Tronica, where we deliver for you.
I'm Ivy Hilton, and you are listening to America Meditating Radio Show.
Hi, everyone. This is Sister Jenna, and yes, you are listening to America Meditating Radio. And Ivy, thank you so much for that shout out. We are continuously looking at how best to amplify our own dialogue with ourselves, but also how to transcend that dialogue into the lives of others, not intentionally, but just by our own mere presence of being who we are showing up to ourselves for. So I hope today finds you in a spirit of kindness, a spirit of care, a spirit of love, and a spirit of being your own hero for you. You know, we always wait for someone to come and try to rescue us. You know, rescue me, my body is breaking down. Rescue me, my mind's not working. Rescue me, I need some money. But at the same token, we have to become our own heroes. If we can't rescue our own thinking capacity, our own relationships with ourselves, if we can't rescue ourselves to really find the kind of an economical background that we think we are born to have for ourselves, then who's going to do it? And do we continuously leave people in positions of power to be the ones to make us happy or not, to give us room, shelter, clothing, and dignity? Who is responsible for your own karmic fortune or your karmic lack thereof? It's you. It's you. So when you listen to America Meditating Radio, you actually look for tools to see how best you can amplify your own story and how best you can learn to care more for each other. Today we're going to have a very beautiful conversation with Ann-Purcell. Ann-Purcell has been doing a lot of work in transcendental meditation, and she's just released her 7th album called You Are a Hero. So stay tuned. Before I get Ann on the air, I want us to do what we do best here, and that is to go into our zone. Letting go from my off-the-grid into the heart meditation CD. Take a deep breath, inhale, relax, and let it go. Om Shanti. The time that we choose to be aware doesn't necessarily require me to just sit and meditate. But even while I walk and move around, I can be in a meditative awareness, which is awareness of the soul, the original, eternal, imperishable being of light. For a little while, I'd like to invite you to be present, to be here and to be now. Allow your mind to settle in the moment, to relax. This meditation is about awareness. It's about becoming aware of your original and eternal self. It's about connecting to your truth. Let go of your name. And observe yourself feeling nameless. Let go of your gender, to discontinue thinking you're a man or a woman. Let it go and observe how you would feel walking around without a gender. Let go of the role that you play and let go of the titles that you own. Observe how you're feeling as you are gradually letting go. Let go of your religion and put it aside just for now. And let go of your nationality and even the language that you're accustomed to. Imagine you have no name, gender, role, title, religion, nationality, or even a language. Ask yourself, how do you feel at this moment? And in this feeling, who would think of you and who would you think of? The Supreme Soul would think of you, and you, the liberated soul, would think of the Supreme. In this state of absolute freedom, I am truly who I am. A free, peaceful, pure, immortal, and eternal soul. Allow yourself to just be absorbed in this awareness. At this time, Welcome back. That was If I Had One Wish by Bliss. And listening to America Meditating Radio, and we're broadcasting live from the beautiful Meditation Museum in the nation's capital. Today we have a return guest, Ann-Purcell. Hi, Ann. Ann has just recently released her 7th album, and it's entitled You're a Hero, and has been a full-time teacher of transcendental meditation since 1973. She's been teaching TM and advanced courses in many countries around the world, and in addition, she has worked on curricular and course development for universities and continuing education programs. She received a PhD in Supreme Political Science from Maharishi University of World Peace in the Netherlands, and she regularly writes for the Huffington Post. Ann's recent book is entitled The Transcendental Meditation Technique, The Journey of Enlightenment, and today we're tickled to welcome our friend back, Ann-Purcell. Hi.
Hi, Sister Jenna. How are you?
Hi, my beloved. I'm great. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
So you're busy. You've got another book out. I want to hear all about it, or I think it's a CD. And I like that topic. You're a hero. And it's geared more towards children and care providers. Let's get right into this conversation about what really in the making of this CD and what inspired you to create such a CD.
Well, if you listen to the music that's on the radio, even nursery rhymes for children, a lot of the words are pretty negative, and as young children grow up, they start listening to the music on the radio, and most of that music is about falling in love or falling out of love. And I just felt I wanted to write songs that actually had knowledge and wisdom and principles of life that children that would be valuable for children to grow up learning. Also, there are principles for adults, all ages, really.
Beautiful. And now, how long did it take you to get this piece of work together, and what can we look forward to when we actually sit with I'm going to give a big shout-out to Bose headphones, and listen to that amazing, I just got a gift, and it's the most incredible Bose sound you'll ever hear in your earplugs.
Oh.
So what can we expect when we actually put that CD in or download the streaming of your CD and hear about what's the content in the CD that can help us to find more clarity?
Well, I have about 12 or 13 principles of life. The first song is Life is Here to Enjoy. Some people think it's necessary to suffer in life, but this is a new principle that actually the purpose of life is to enjoy. And another principle is the world is as we are. These are all titles of the songs. Another principle is truth alone is victorious. You may have heard that Sanskrit phrase, Satyame Vijayate. And then another principle is peace begins within. And then the title of the CD, You're a Hero, that song brings out what to me are really qualities of a hero, and that's kindness, being respectful to others, and that's the theme of that song. Another principle, speak the truth that is sweet. Another principle which many of us have grown up learning, and that is look for the light. It's the principle of every cloud has a silver lining, or every rose has a thorn, so put your attention on the rose. The other principle is what you see, you become. Another principle is go for the highest. We've also learned that principle from the Bible. First seek ye the kingdom of heaven, and all else will be added unto you. Mm-hmm. Another principle is anything's possible. And so, but I try to take these principles to a much deeper level, to the level of the transcendent. And so they go much deeper than just the surface level of these principles that many we may have heard of anyways growing up.
We do. And, it just seems, as much as I believe that a principle-based life is a life that can actually invite us to be more mindful of taking care of all. This has been my latest word. The year started off with celebrate, and then it went to include, and then now I'm on all. So it's
include all.
Yeah, so like all these stories, principles unite us, they don't divide us. And I think
right.
that when our principles are like we're standing firm in a principle but we're getting angry, now we've stepped into the genre that I have a hierarchical system going on of my value systems. And we still need to go deeper. So when you talk about taking us deeper into the principles, do you use TM to help the listeners to decode the depth of these principles? Because you know how we interpret things based on where we are in our own journey, and it doesn't necessarily mean we will always meet eye to eye.
Exactly. First of all, everyone has to start where they are, and everyone has a different state of consciousness. I mean, some days I mean it on the level, some days we're angry, some days we're happy, some days we're very reflective, and that's what I mean in this context of different state of consciousness. So let's take, for example, the song, "The World is As We Are." If we're upset, then we see everything around us as gray. Nothing seems to go right. If we're feeling happy and rested, the whole day goes very smooth. And I take it to the level when we transcend, then we take all the dust away from our mirror, so to speak, the mirror, the lens of our eyes, and then we see the world in its fullest glory. If we are operating from the level of the transcendent, if we have the experience of transcendence and we bring that into our daily life, then we'll see the world more with golden glasses.
I love that. I was in New York recently with a lot of global leaders, and I was observing to what extent are their decisions rooted from deep core principles and a deep introspective or reflective state of consciousness. And I only asked myself that question because I think for you and I who are on the ground level, where, that for me, I'm on the ground level. I get folks who are disenfranchised, abused on the streets to leaders who are making calls for the world. I see both lens. I'm living with both energies of consciousness. And one of my most important intentions have been to see how I can weave in a reflective awareness in the minds of people to really recognize the importance of the times that we're in, and why through reflection, whether it's through transcendental meditation or Raj Yoga meditation or whatever might be your form of meditation. Again, for you and I to say TM is the best or Raj Yoga is the best, we are just the same as everyone else that we're trying to fight for, to say all is included in the story.
Right.
So I have a question for you as I'm leading up to this, is what would you tell world leaders when you are looking at inviting them to be a little bit more introspective regarding the way that they shape their policies and govern their programs? I mean, how would you encourage world leaders to begin to think from a reflective place so that their policies can be governed for more of an all mentality rather than how do I keep my position of power here?
That's such a beautiful question. I think I would tell them two things. First of all, I think in order to govern effectively, you really have to feel very good in your life, and especially if you're really dealing with the stress of the world, I can see one could get very stressed and tired. So I would say transcend, get that very deep rest, get rid of your own stress, and the more you're stress-free, the more you'll be able to have a clearer mind and think more holistically for the world. And then the other thing I would suggest is to think holistically. We know if we're a doctor these days, the traditional Western path looks at the body in a very isolated way without seeing the interconnections. And yet there's a whole new medicine emerging, integrative medicine, where they're looking at the body as a whole. And so I would say to solve the problems of the world, you can't just think of one isolated problem. You have to see the interconnections on all those problems. Let's just take our healthcare system. That's an easier one to look at. We can't just look at insurance. We have to look at the food lunches for the students. We have to look at the chemicals we're putting into our agriculture. We have to think of the whole system and everything we can do on a very fundamental level to create health. And so I would advise them to really think holistically and look at all the interconnections to solve the problem.
What do you think gets in their way for a no-brainer? I think everybody knows that we have to look at the interconnectedness of everything in life. And I think that I've had an opportunity to let everyone know why I think integrating consciousness in decisions that are very global are imperative. And they hear, smile, and they acknowledge, but then they go back to yielding deals that are worth billions or yielding deals that are going to get them reelected. What do you think is at the base of their consciousness where it seems quite a big haul or a big leap of faith, and very few can do it. Few are doing it, but very few do. What is in their framing? What's your interpretation if you've taken the time to research that's going on in their awareness that they're not able to see, but this is the solution versus the quick fixes that folks tend to run after quite frequently?
Well, frankly, I've thought of that a lot, especially with our present Congress. Why aren't they listening to the people? There's such a disconnect between what the people want and how our Congress is acting, and they're just seeing prey to lobbyists and everything. And personally, I have concluded the answer doesn't lie with the Congress. The answer lies in the individuals. And this book, I think it's called Blessed Unrest, where he talks about that the underlying government is the millions of organizations around the world who are really out there solving the problems. And I think what we see is this rise of all these organizations starting to work together and interconnecting. And when those get strong and stronger, then that is what's going to influence Congress. So I think Congress just reacts to the collective consciousness. I think many presidents, leaders, they have all these wonderful ideas when they come into the leadership, and then as soon as they get in there, they're governed by the collective consciousness of the people and of Congress and of the lobbyists. So I think we have to keep raising the consciousness of the people through what you're doing, through the different spiritual organizations, through the climate change organizations, through educating women. And I think these organizations are getting stronger and stronger, and I think we're at a very critical point where the voices are really starting to resonate. I think we even see it with what's happening with the Black Lives Matter movement. They're rising up, and I think with the internet and with social media, all these underlying frustrations are coming to the surface now, and people are uniting more and more around these issues. So that's the way I see it. But
I love that. Tell us where we can get information on your new CD, and perhaps what's your hope in terms of the way that it will impact lives?
Well, of course I hope my CD will impact lives, but that's a drop in the bucket, but every drop counts. The CD is at my website, enlightenmentforeveryone.com. It's also available on iTunes, and it's cdbaby.com.
That's beautiful. So what's your best vision for Ann, the vision that would sort of vibrate into the world and make the world a better place?
My best vision is group meditations and influencing the world from the deepest level of consciousness, because consciousness at its deepest level is, I think, starting at the base and then building a new world from that level. So if we attend to the base and make the base very strong and very coherent, I see that's how we're going to change the world. And I see that through students meditating in schools, many, many schools, offering the Quiet Time program in their schools, universities, even the military incorporating meditation, large groups, businesses incorporating meditation, and just more and more people attending to the pure field of their own consciousness, where peace really begins.
Beautiful. Wow, love that. Ann-Purcell, thank you so much for joining us on the America Meditating Radio again. As you know, we're family and friends here, and anytime you've got something good, don't hesitate to give us a call.
Thank you, Sister Jenna, for all your work, too.
Thank you. Many blessings. All the best to you.
Thank you.
So you're a hero. Look out for that CD, enlightenmentforeveryone.com, or go to CD Baby or iTunes. Ann-Purcell, as you can feel from her vibes, is just a wonderful spirit. And we are in need for individuals in our world, don't you think, to vibrate more at a level that can give us hope and life, and not the pursuit of happiness, but a reminder that happiness is our God-given culture and religion. I really believe that. So I hope you've enjoyed our conversation with Ann. Don't forget, nobody can take away your happiness unless you're going to give that up. And we really are here to love each other the same. I haven't heard Sanatam Kaur for a long time. Feeling a little swaying. Here's Sanatam Kaur, Ek Omkar. Take care, everyone.